Hello children, I Ruby Sharma will be taking your next class, how to solve equations by transposing a number. So till now we had done trial method, then by balancing we tried to balance the equations on both the sides by adding on the same number or multiplying the same number or subtracting and so on. So now we will learn about transposing a number and solving equations. Okay. So now this is solving equations by transposing a number. Now first of all, I hope all of you know very well what does solving an equation means. To find the value of the variable, the unknown quantity for which the equation is satisfied. That is left hand side is equal to the right hand side. And the solution is the value of the variable. So these are just a recap of what you had done before. Now what is transposing a number? Now till now we have been doing this balancing both the sides. Now see, x plus 3 is equal to 10. So we need to find the value of x to solve x, isn't it? To solve this equation, we need to find the value of x. So what did we do to isolate x? We know if I subtract 3 from here, the plus 3 and minus 3 will get cancelled and here we'll get 10 minus 3, 7. So that is what we had done till now. So we had subtracted 3 and so x was isolated. So we got x plus 0 is equal to 10 minus 3. Minus 3, we had subtracted 3 from both the sides. Now x is equal to 7. Now this part can be skipped and from directly this equation, we can write this. That is, instead of subtracting minus 3 from both the sides, we can write x plus 3 is equal to 10. X is equal to 10. Then this plus 3, when it comes on this side, will become minus 3. And this is called on transposing 3. That means we have transposed 3. So this is another way of doing the sums. So this is x is equal to 7. So as we go on with more examples, things will become clear to you. Now here this part you had done before by this method. So by the transposing method, what are we supposed to do? 4c minus 2 is equal to 6. This is an equation. Equation has a variable, has equal to sign, isn't it? And left hand side is equal to right hand side for a particular value of the variable. So 4c is equal to how much? Now, in this case, first we had to add 2 to remove this 2, isn't it? So instead of doing that, we can directly take minus 2 to the other side. So when we move minus 2 from left hand side to right hand side, minus 2 will become plus 2. Like plus 3 had become minus 3. So the sign changes. But this is when there is like in these sums. Minus 2 will become plus 2 here. And we'll get 4c is equal to 8. The next step we'll do later on. This is just for transposing. I'm explaining to you transposing 3, transposing 2. Okay. Now in this sum, 4 into m plus 3. M plus 3 is within brackets. So the whole thing is multiplied by 4 is equal to 18. Now, in this case, there are first step you can also use like this. M plus 3 is equal to 18 divided by 4. That means 4 into this whole thing is given. So when 4 into something is given, or 4 into m plus 7, there's a multiplication sign here. And when you bring this 4 to your right hand side, it becomes divided. Okay, like here I told you, I'll explain this later on. 4c is equal to 8. C will be 8 divided by 4. Did you understand in that case? But I would prefer all of you in the beginning to remove the bracket because you have learned distributive law. So this is 4m plus 12 is equal to 18. Instead of going for fractions, I'd prefer you do this way. 4m plus 12 is equal to 18. Now you can transpose easily. 4m is equal to 18 minus 12 because it was plus 12 here. And I hope by now you know why it's becoming minus 12, because in this method, this side when we were adding 12, we were subtracting, we were adding 12 to both the sides. When we were subtracting 12, we were doing it from both the sides, isn't it? So that same, we are skipping one step here actually, and we are directly bringing the 12 to this side. So it becomes minus 12. So 4m is equal to 6. Now this part all of you know how to isolate m, dividing by 4. So instead of dividing by 4 here both the sides, we can do like this. 4m is equal to 6, m is equal to 6 by 4. Now we are bringing, instead of here, you will get the same answer if you bring m plus 2 is equal to 18 by 4 and then you calculate. But I think this is a better for a new start. So m is equal to 6 by 4. So when there is two numbers are multiplied and one number you bring it to the right hand side, it becomes divide. 6 divided by 4. Like plus becomes minus. Minus will become plus when you bring to the right hand side. Now here there's a multiplied sign, 4 into m. So when we bring 4 to the right hand side, it becomes divided by 4. Now these equations you have to do in your classwork copy. Now these sums, there are fractions involved in all these things. So I hope you know how to solve the equations by now. So I have done one sum for you. One of the best method of doing these sums is you find the LCM of all the denominators involved. LCM means the lowest common multiple. And when you multiply each term by the lowest common multiple, now suppose here LCM is 2. Now you can multiply this whole thing into 2 and also 37 by 2 into 2. Ultimately, this is 37 by 2 into 2 and this will be what? 2y plus 5 by 2, the whole thing within bracket into 2 will give you what? 2 into this plus 2 into this. That means we are multiplying each term by that, isn't it? So you can write that way also, find the LCM, then multiplying each term by the LCM. So 2 into this plus 2 into 5 by 2 is equal to 2 into 37 by 2. So try it out. After that, the next steps you will know from this sum I have done for you. Now, this is the equation which is given. You have to find the LCM. I hope you know how to find the LCM by now. So just don't multiply and keep the, say this is the LCM, because sometimes LCM is different. Now here it's 3 and 2, so LCM is 6. But it's not always so. LCM you need to find out. Now, then you multiply each term. Why did I write each term? Now see, if I multiply this within bracket into 6 and this whole thing within bracket into 6, then 6 is multiplied to this, 6 is multiplied to this also when I remove the brackets according to distributive law. So I can do directly, I can directly write multiplying each term by 6. So this is how, and remember that the plus, minus sign, equal to sign will be in its own place. They will not change their places. So you just write 6 into this, 2x plus 2x by 3 minus, the minus will be as it is. So don't make mistakes in these things. Be careful. 6 into 3 by 2 is equal to 6 into x by 2 plus 6 into 1 by 3. That means actually I have multiplied the whole thing by 6 on both the sides. You can write that step also if you want, and when you remove the brackets, it comes to this. Now you see 3, Since it is the lowest common multiple we found, so this will always be a multiple of the denominator and we can cancel it. So 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. So individually these multiplication signs we can perform, like in simplification you had done. Now what remains? 2 into 2 is 4x. 2 into 2x is 4x. Now here minus will remain as it is. 3 into 3 is 9. Is equal to, see here what remains. 3 into x. Isn't it 3x? Because x by 1 is x only. Plus 6 gets cancelled with 3 and you're left with 2. So 2 into 1 is 2. So see, the equation becomes simple here. And now these steps you know how to do. There are two like terms. Now this 3x. First, actually for your understanding, I took transpose 9. So I left 4x here is equal to 3x plus 2 plus 9. Minus 9 on the, when it comes to the right hand side will become plus 9. Then I change the position of 3x. So when 3x from the right hand side comes to the left hand side, it is minus 3x. After all, these are numbers, isn't it? When you put the value of x, it will be a number only after all. So think it that way. So 3x, when it comes to the left hand side, it becomes minus 3x. So this is these two are like terms which can be calculated. So you get x is equal to 11. So do the rest of the sums, try it out, and if there's any problem, you can get back to me. Now how to check? I've told you before, you first perform left hand side, write the equation, put the value of x, x was 11, then you calculated these calculations you have done before. Isn't it? You have to find the LCM, subtract, and all subtraction of fractions, you have done addition of fractions. Then you do the right hand side and you'll observe that left hand side is equal to right hand side. So your sum is correct. Now these sums also you do. So I have done one sum for you. Now how will you do? It is better if you remove the brackets and you then transpose and you do it. Okay. So you can just go through the sums. This is another question from your textbook. Construct two equations starting with x is equal to minus 2. That means always you are given an equation and you're asked to solve it. Now here they are giving you a solution, the root of the variable. And from there you have to frame an equation. So you can do any equation involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So what do you do here? Now I have done one sum for you, multiplying both sides by 3. So I got 3x is equal to minus 6. That is also an equation, but I just added 5 to both the sides. So 3x plus 5 is equal to minus 6 plus 5 gives you minus 1. So this is my equation, whose root is x is equal to minus 2. Okay, whose solution is x is equal to minus 2. So I have framed an equation. So do another equation stepwise, and all these are also given in your textbook very clearly. Example sums, they are very important. All the example sums are very important. Go through all the pages and see what's written. Okay, and then these sums will need practice. So do it in your classwork copy first, and then the rest of the sums you can try it in your practice copy. So till then, bye-bye. See you.